Going electric is a growing trend, but let's be honest, private buyers are still struggling with new car prices. They're a serious notch upwards. However, if you hunt around a bit, cheaper cars can be found, because some have now been around for a decade or so, and in the process have clocked up some serious mileage. A high miler EV will be cheaper, but is it actually wise to get one, especially as replacing batteries can be five-figure expensive? We've assembled a trio of second-hand EVs which have really been around the block to see how fresh they feel on the road and check out the actual battery life they have left. We'll start with the Nissan Leaf. This indeed is an exciting day because this is my first ever drive in the pioneering Nissan Leaf, which was introduced in 2011. It was practical, it was no nonsense, and it's £8 today, but it won't exactly get your heart racing. The 24 kilowatt battery gives a top speed of 89 miles an hour and a 0 to 60 in about 12 seconds. But over the years, the Leaf won plenty of admirers, and it was the world's best-selling plug-in EV until the Tesla Model 3 came along in 2020. Well, it drives fine. The interior, yes, it's a little bit tatty, but the drivetrain feels absolutely fine. There's no knocks, clonks, nothing feels loose. The things I'm interested in, though, are how well those batteries are performing, and I'm a little bit concerned. I've just driven 12.8 miles and used 27% of the battery charge. Do the maths and that gives me a total range of under 50 miles. The official range of this car is 84 miles, which suggests the batteries have degraded by over 40% since new. If this is accurate, then this car is in trouble. The only way to find out is to access the Leaf's onboard diagnostic data, and for that, I need the help of an EV specialist, Matt Cleveley.
The state of health of the battery is at 81.98%.
Oh, well, that's interesting. So the batteries were not nearly as done for as I feared, and a range of nearly 70 miles is possible. I had a theory of why my drive had depleted the charge so quickly. It's a hot day. I've got the aircon on, and you know what, my driving was probably terrible as well.
Of course, this display is only a guessometer at best.
Yes, well, that's 18% degradation over 8 years. Is that degradation linear, as in, does it continue to drop off at the same rate of knots, or can it be a sudden thing?
Really is dependent on use.
Okay.
So how the car is used, how it's looked after as well. So with these batteries, heat is the enemy.
First generation Leafs didn't have active battery cooling, and regular overheating can shorten the pack's life. Parking the car in the shade, charging it only between 10 and 80%, and using a slow charger where possible will help to maintain battery health. Failure to do this could set you back £14,000, the cost of a new battery. Our next mega miler is the BMW i3, which was launched in 2013 and has only just gone out of production. High mile examples are going for about 12 grand, a third of the original price. This car, it's definitely quirky, it's definitely got that futuristic feel, and that did divide opinions when it first came out. But I've got to be honest, BMW, I'm liking what you've done. This is what I want in a compact EV. It's giving me that Star Trek vibe. I'm on board. Where are we going, Scotty? This car is a 2014 model with 95,000 miles on the clock, and officially it should be capable of travelling 80 miles between recharges. Back to the garage for a proper checkup.
So we can see on this one, state of health, 83%.
Over the 8 years, it's just under 20% degradation.
Yes.
The final car comes from Tesla, catalyst of the modern-day EV revolution. The Model S made EV sexy and showed the world what battery-powered could do. It came out in 2012, costing up to 90 grand, but this one is just over half that. Not cheap, but cheaper. I mean, there is basically no switchgear. There is just this massive touch screen which controls pretty much everything. If I want to turn my fan up, no, that's not it. I can't do it. That was my volume. Not my volume. Hang on. Oh, no. Phew. It's a minefield. This 2018 Model S is newer than our other two EVs, but at 82,000 miles, it's racked up a similar distance in 4 years. So has all that hard driving affected the battery performance? Well, to be honest, I couldn't tell. The graph I have here, which is the remaining battery life I have, that's reading still 56%. It turned out I wasn't seeing live data on the screen, but back at base, Matt had all the info, not just on my trip, but on the car's entire lifetime.
As you can see, that line of degradation over years is tiny. It's lost 26 miles, 8.33%.
Over sort of nearly 4 years.
Correct.
Although a new battery would have cost 10 grand, it looks like after 4 years, I don't need one. What else have I learned? Well, you can't always judge battery health based on the range readout because so many other factors affect depletion. But the good news is all 3 of our money-saving high-mile EV cars seem to be in rude health. Each is only losing around 2% of their battery life per year. Our test has only covered a small sample, but it has shown a high mileage EV doesn't necessarily mean you're going to spend half your life at a charging point. And it could also save you big money on servicing and fuel costs.